Over the years, I've tested dozens of habit tracker apps on both iPhone and Android so that you don't have to. Some of them were okay, they kind of did what they said they would do, but there were a couple that significantly outperformed the rest in terms of the user interface, ease of use, and extra features. So out of all of the habit trackers that I've used, these are my 7 favorite habit tracker apps. Awesome Habits. This app was my favorite designed user interface. For me, the interface design is very important. Awesome Habits is super simple. It does one thing, and it does that one thing very well. It tracks your daily habits in a very kind of aesthetic interface. It also gives you graphs so you can see on one screen how well you're doing, and it has a widget. The only problem I have with this is that I just wish the widget was as well designed as the app itself. I just think it's slightly on the uninspiring side. I think every habit app should have a widget because if it's right there on your home screen, then you're less likely to forget about it. If you have your habit app hidden away somewhere, then you're more likely to forget about your daily habits. Despite the design of the widget though, Awesome Habits is definitely in my top 3 habit tracking apps from the kind of dozens that I've tested over the years. Habit Tracker. So Habit Tracker is one of the better apps out there. It's super simple, it does exactly what it says on the tin. I particularly like how customizable you can make each of your daily habits. So you can customize what time in the day your notification reminder should pop up on your phone to kind of remind you to complete that habit. Another feature that I think that every habit tracker should have, and you can add a reminder message, which you can do with most other apps, and you can set a start date and end date too. There is a free version for this app and a paid version, but the vast majority of us, I think, will probably be fine on the free version. Every day. This is my top 3 app on this list. One thing that stands out is the design. It's like none of the other habit trackers. However, it still easily keeps you accountable and tracks your habits with its simple checked board. The more you do, the better the board looks. The user interface is very simple and easy to understand. As soon as you start using it, you just kind of fill in each box once you've completed that daily habit. And there's a widget that shows you the last 7 days, so you can kind of see immediately if you've missed any days that week. And that's a good motivator to actually complete your habits, because for me at least, I hate kind of being reminded that I missed a habit every time I look at the widget. Every day has the same features as most other habit trackers, like setting reminders so you don't forget, or at least you're less likely to forget to complete that habit before the end of the day. But it's the simplicity of the app and the widget that really makes every day stand out. Definitely worth trying out. If you're watching this video to choose a habit tracker app, then you probably care a lot about your productivity, and that's where Magical, the sponsor of this video, comes in. So Magical is a productivity Chrome extension that uses AI to speed up repetitive tasks as you work. Magical uses AI to automate all the boring stuff you hate doing, like writing emails and messages and updating forms and spreadsheets, things like that. For example, I get a lot of companies reaching out to me through email, but I've set up a template so when I type !R, it automatically gives a response, so I don't have to keep typing out the same response. I also like that Magical uses AI to help auto-generate responses. For example, I have a DM here and I can click yes, no, or custom depending on what I want my response to be. So I'll click yes, and within seconds, it generates a response. Now this is super helpful for me because I hate ignoring people or having to kind of apologize for not replying for days or even weeks sometimes, but Magical allows me to reply to DMs in just one click. So yeah, definitely worth checking out. You can start using AI to speed up repetitive tasks as you work for free. The Chrome extension can be set up in seconds, and you can start saving 7 hours a week. Download the extension for free by clicking on the link in the description below. Productiv's Habit Tracker is one of my favorite designed apps. The user interface is really well designed. You can click into each habit for more information, to kind of see the graphs and see how many streaks you've completed with that habit. And to mark the habit as done, you just swipe right, or to undo a habit, you swipe left. But what sets Productiv apart, other than the very aesthetic user interface, are the challenges. So adding a community element to habit tracking, either with your friends or a group of strangers, is a very powerful way of keeping you motivated. And Productiv offers some really creative challenges like Cut the Clutter Challenge, where you join hundreds of other people and each day you're given a small task like organizing your workspace or cleaning out the cupboards. And there's even a comment section within the app, which is actually quite active, so you're not feeling like you're doing the challenge alone, but you're carrying out the challenges with a group of people, which I think is quite nice. And just like their app, their widget is well designed too. Overall, one of my favorite apps on the list. Avocation. So this habit tracker takes a kind of different perspective from the other apps on this list. I really like this. Avocation are a lot more mental health conscious, I guess. They don't use streaks to put pressure on you. Instead, you grow a plant by implementing your habit. So every time you complete a habit, your plant grows further. If you have a bad day, your plant just doesn't grow, right? So no punishment. So I really like that you're growing a plant. It kind of adds a nice gamification element to the app. I love how clean their user interface is. However, there isn't a widget, which is a bit of a shame, but overall a decent app. Habitify. So Habitify is arguably one of the most popular and well-known apps on this list, partly because it goes a bit further than most other traditional tracking apps. So Habitify does the habit tracking really well, as you'd expect it to, but my favorite part of the app is that it offers different types of live challenges that you can join with dozens of other people. For example, a Decemdoro 30-minute focus fest, which 409 people have already joined, so you get the kind of feeling that you're not alone, but you're doing a habit challenge with a community of other people. You can also host your own challenges and invite your friends to join, which if you're struggling to kind of follow through with your daily habits, having some kind of accountability group in the form of a few friends where you're kind of all doing the daily challenges together can be a really powerful strategy to keep you motivated. So yeah, strong contender and one of the most popular apps on this list because it is a very, very good app. Habitica. Habitica is exactly why I made this video, to find the habit trackers that are a little bit different and stand out from the thousands of habit trackers out there. So Habitica gamifies the habit process where you create an avatar and unlock features in the game by checking off your real life tasks. So you can earn armor, pets, and other in-game rewards when you meet your goals. This habit tracker stands out for so many reasons. Firstly, it genuinely feels like you're playing a game with health, with experience points, and you can level up as well. But secondly, it's an independent app. You can tell that it's made from a team of passionate volunteers and contributors, and you don't get something made by a company that wants to sell a productivity app. Instead, you get a tool made by people who themselves want a way to stay accountable and better their life. It's definitely worth trying if you're looking for a habit tracker that doesn't actually feel like a habit tracker, but feels more like a game that actually helps you to be productive. And by the way, if you have any other habit tracker apps that you use that I've not added in this video, then let me know in the comments. I'd love to check them out. And if you like this video, you'll love a video that I made a couple of weeks ago called the top 5 AI productivity apps that I use every day. You can click right here on the card to watch that. And do check out this video's sponsor, Magical, link in the description below.